You think dinosaurs were real?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think everything's real.
A lot a lot of people like have theories on that.
Yeah, but then they have
People are
theories about other stuff. I know,
skeptical.
but those same people have theories about other stuff that I'm like, come on.
I guess what's interesting about the theory is that chicken bone, like most of the skeletons in these museums and stuff are like pasted chicken bones or something.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, they very rarely find full skeletons, right?
Yeah.
So they have to like pad it out with other stuff.
Yeah. Well, you're basically playing God at that point. You're like, this whale bone looks like the femur for a T-Rex. And you're like, put it there.
Yeah, for sure. No, that's true. That's very true. But it doesn't explain the skulls and some of the and the hands. Like some of these things that they do find are not chicken bones.
But then they're like, dinosaurs are related to chickens. And you're like, ah.
So they're not actually related to chickens. They just do that so that they can get away with using chicken bones.
They're like, they're supposed to have, they had feathers.
No, it looks like that. Yep. It's part chicken, feathers and everything.
But it's funny because like you don't see skeletons from like, I don't know, like they disintegrate over time a lot, most of the time. So that's why it's really interesting that like something from 65 million years ago could last in certain conditions, I guess. But like it's still crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it does. I think that is crazy that how many of them we find allegedly. Especially because I think it does require crazy conditions where air just can't be as present because air is what breaks things down, or like salt water is obviously going to disintegrate things. But there's there's cases of like mud and tar and sap and things like that encase this stuff, and then it mineralizes. Essentially, it's replaced by minerals. So it becomes rock.
That's exactly what we were talking about the other day about these like it could have been buildings, but they just turned into rock formations at some point because it just mineralizes.
Yeah.
At some level, like if it was a tree, like we were talking about, these huge, massive plateaus in the desert that look like chopped down trees. It's like that's basically what you're saying happens to dinosaur bones too.
Yeah. I mean, everything will, in the right conditions, return to its earthen fucking origins. I think. I mean, you can break down in different ways, but if there's nothing breaking down the calcium or the whatever it is, imagine it just remains.
Yeah, I would have assumed some other chickens would have eaten those other chickens that died.
I've seen chickens, and yeah, they would have if they had the chance, for sure. Especially giant 30-foot chickens with razor sharp teeth,
right?
And
those bones would have been gone, dude.
Oh yeah, they would have been crunched up.
It's amazing that we find them.
It is amazing.